Hello, this is Death is My Life, the place where we transform grief into belief, and where the veil between worlds feels just a little thinner. I'm Jolene, your guide through stories of love, after death, signs from beyond, end of life rituals, and the inner transformations that are awakened by loss. Settle in, open your heart, and let's journey into today's episode together. This is a trigger warning that this episode contains explicit material, including profanity and stories of abuse and trauma. Mature audience only.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna let you talk, right? Do you just want to talk? Tell us who you are and what you told me about your diagnoses, if you don't mind sharing.
So, for the host's sake, I will just use my name. I'm the main fronting alter. My name is Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
My pronouns range in different variety, especially depending on who I am talking to. For a sarcastic response, my pronouns are try and me. My biological ones are he, him, his.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but Cloud's biological.
Correct.
Okay.
So, despite being in a female body, I go by male because internally I am male. We'll get more into the internal world here in a little bit.
Yeah, your system. Okay.
Correct. So our diagnoses range from depression to an anxiety disorder to a memory disorder to more related to female problems than anything, which we also experience outside the body, which is wonderful, by the way. Not really, but it is what it is. But
yeah, it's awkward for you, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. It is very awkward. I have a very hilarious first story when we get into that, and it's great.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry. I'm like tripping on the camera because it's like the opposite, so I can't really fix it. So I'm trying to stay in it. So sorry.
Oh, you're good. So when we were diagnosed as a kid, because I've been with her since she has been 5 years old.
And so you've been with Amber, and Amber's the host.
Correct. We
Amber's
identify
the female
her as
body that you guys all live in.
Correct.
Yeah.
That we all have to be forced to share, and I make everybody get along. So that is my job. I am the one that says stop that or do that, or I say, can we cuss on this, by the way?
I plan on marking the explicit box for you, just for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because it's really hard for me not to filter myself.
That's okay.
Because I'm very unfiltered, very, very blunt.
I know, and I want you to be open and raw, okay? And feel comfortable talking. If anything happens that you don't want, like, we can edit it out, okay?
Nah, it's all good. I'm pretty good at regulating my emotional dysregulations, mostly through a lot of cussing and through a lot of telling people shut the fuck up. But it is what it is, right?
So I mean, that's your job, right? That's Cloud's job.
That is primarily my job. There are very rare circumstances where I can be shut down, though. But we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Okay. So
my primary job is to protect her. That has been my job since she was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So going into a little bit of her history, her parents divorced when she was just 5 years old. Her mother was a drug addict. Meth, heroin, alcohol, you name it, hot shots, you name it. She probably did it, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad, he and I don't really see eye to eye, because while there is a relationship now, back then he was a single dad who was trying his best, albeit, but he didn't know how to ask.
Mm-hmm.
All he knew how to do was scream.
Yeah. And for a 5-year-old, that's terrifying to have a man screaming at you, especially the one who's supposed to love you and protect you.
Especially coming from your dad. And, you know, daughters who have very tall dads, they have the Mufasa voice when they're little.
Yeah.
So that booming voice that all kids fear from dad if they have that figure in their life. Everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say it. It was there.
Mm-hmm.
So the mere fact of the matter is when you have somebody like us, life can be very fucking difficult or it can be very fucking easy.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of in the mid grounds. We don't claim to have a good life, especially with me in the front seat majority of the time,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm an asshole. But sometimes these diagnoses can lead to a plethora of problems. Big problems. So a lot of the time, people that are stigmatized with, especially with dissociative identity, which is what we are diagnosed with,
So
I'm
do you
comfortable with
explain
it.
that for people who don't know?
So dissociative identity disorder is a mental health condition that oftentimes starts from childhood through a lot of childhood trauma. Childhood trauma, it can be defined in various different ways. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be sexual, it can be all three, it can even be emotional, verbal, you name it. Any type of abuse that a child, which is anybody under the age of 18, sustains, it adds what's called trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the mind, that child wants to feel safe in that moment. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens? You basically take a hammer to a mirror, you shatter it. You're trying to create something that feels more safe for whatever that reason may be. Sometimes these alters come out as cartoon characters. Sometimes they can be imaginary friends. Sometimes they can be famous actors that they like. Sometimes they're completely start off as something so innocent, but it splits off. So in her case, she made me from the design of she wanted somebody more brave
Mm-hmm.
because she couldn't stand up to the person hitting her mother
Mm-hmm.
in front of her. She
Mm-hmm.
wanted somebody bigger, badder, who had a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, hello, how are you?
That's
So
when
even
you were born.
that
Wow.
is when I was born.
Okay. Do you remember like your first experience and when you first popped in?
Yes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we were born, from what I gather anyway, because of the birth certificate. We were born in a place called Blackwell, Oklahoma. We were raised in Ponca majority of our life. We'll go into that a little bit. But the first memory I have, I was just as confused as she was because she's like, "Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my head?" I said, "I don't know. What am I doing here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll bet that was unique because she's been
Why the
living
hell is
5 years with her.
there a crying child in my lap? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Whose kid are you?" And then I hear, for those of you who have trigger warnings, this might be a little explicit. So be prepared, take care of yourself. If you need to, walk away. The very first thing I hear outside, using her hearing, I hear, "You fucking bitch, take your child and get the fuck out."
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I hear. And I'm sitting here like, who the hell's mouth do I have to knock in? That sounds like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to throat punch somebody? Because I will. Where's he at? Well, in that
And that's
moment,
not like a thought that would come out of a 5-year-old girl's like head.
no,
Yeah.
that is a thought of fully conscious, fully abstract.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I want to hurt somebody. So my first thought was, I want to fucking hurt this guy. Who the hell is he? What's he doing? Why is there a crying child in my lap? Is this part of the reason why?
So you guys interact like that, like there's like a whole world inside
Because there
like
is.
her head, I guess I'd say. So she was like crying in your lap when that was your first appearance.
A lot of people would put it off as she was imagining it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to imagine, actually, I want all the viewers to do this. If you imagine yourself anywhere that you would want to be, a lot of people would say Italy A lot of people would say Paris,
On
Florida,
the beach.
the beach.
Yeah.
The very thought of picturing yourself in that space, you don't see yourself typically as a third person. You typically see yourself from a first person.
Mm-hmm.
Like you stare down, you see your toes in the water in the sand.
Yeah.
You can almost imagine what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
In her case, she was third person. It's like watching a movie, quite literally. It's what we call derealization and depersonalization in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
She does that constantly. Even though we see from first person when we are fronted, internally it is third person. So it can get very confusing.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
bet. Yes. I mean, it's confusing for us to track, but it's
yes.
your way of life, basically.
And it's constant. It hasn't stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So we were booted out at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And the next thing I hear is a loud slap noise.
Mm-hmm.
It is skin to skin contact.
Mm.
And her mother has a black eye.
Mm.
Okay, so we were driving from Blackwell clear to Tonkawa,
Mm-hmm.
and we stayed at grandma's for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during that time, she would be left for 3 or 4 days with grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Mother would come pick her up, and then we'd go to some strange person's house for another 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know this person, but they said, yeah, we'll watch it.
Mm.
It got to the point where DHS was called.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we didn't go to a foster home, and that is what resulted mostly in the divorce, because her mother was tripping drugs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, the hardest part about this is we weren't officially diagnosed until years later. So she lived a life thinking this was normal.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing yourself in third person interact with people that you want to be there, that you make, and sometimes that you don't make. They just kind of pop up and
Mm-hmm.
say, hello, hi, how are you?
Yeah. Do you remember the
Very
first
scary.
time that any external person recognized something was going on? Like to bring you to the diagnosis point? Oh.
When I'd have to say when we've recently, not really recently, but 2018, 2019 era,
Mm-hmm.
we finally broke down. We went to a therapist because we had a total of 15 alters in the system.
Oh my gosh.
I was going fucking crazy because I was
But
throat
you've
fucking.
gone many decades without formal help.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
did see a child psychologist. His name is Dr. Jim Powell for a while.
Yeah.
But we were diagnosed with what's called ADHD. They shoved us on Ritalin.
Mm.
That was a trip. For her,
Mm-hmm.
it completely zombied her out.
Mm-hmm.
Like she didn't remember nothing. We had
Yeah.
a month's worth of homework built up because she put it in the desk and just turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
And it was gone. Me, on the other hand, I didn't like it. It made me feel like I was crawling up a wall.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
So when was the first time you guys noticed that this isn't how all people are?
When we started doing our own research in high school,
Okay.
I was the one that led to that research because I wanted to find out what we are.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not an ADHD diagnosis. We're not a bipolar diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
We're something.
Mm-hmm.
What are we?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we here? Why are we separated but unified?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have different characteristics than her, but yet we can hear, feel, see in everything she does?
Yeah. But
when we
did
come to
you
the
think for a
surface,
while everybody had that?
no.
No, you knew, but Amber probably didn't.
Mm-mm. No, at that point, she was kind of mentally checked out
Mm-hmm.
because her mother died around that time.
Mm.
And she was only 18,
Mm.
and her mom was 42.
Mm-hmm.
That's young. That's really, really young.
Yeah.
And, throughout high school, we were just trying to find anything wrong with us at that time because we just
Mhm.
lost our mother, which you would think we wouldn't have that close of a connection with her, but the sad reality part of it is a month before she died, we got to know her sober,
Oh,
and
really?
then she died.
Oh.
So it was a punch to the chest, is what it
Yeah.
was.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to really think, what the hell? Because it was at that point I kind of started to realize, because she was talking to her friends about it,
Mm-hmm.
and they were looking at us like we were crazy. Like, why are you looking at us like that? Like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they kept telling her, oh, you need to be this happy, cheerful person. We want that person back. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And what the hell are you trying to tell my host? Are you all tripping?
Mm-hmm.
Her mother just died. Are you tripping?
Yeah.
What do you mean? There was a few times where, not really a few times, but majoritatively of the time when we would front, she'd have no memory of it. Like zero memory.
Is that common? Like when you guys shift, like do you normally have memory between the altars?
Nowadays, not so much because we have what's called integrated,
Mm-hmm.
where we can now access all parts of the memories and be able to share and identify with it.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, absolutely not. We have
Mm-hmm.
what's called a gatekeeper to do that.
Okay.
So a gatekeeper is somebody who is responsible for the access of memories and which alter fronts during this part or this trigger. That is their job. They're like a secretary, a glorified secretary is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have the power to shut it down. So if an alter is trying to present itself that is not supposed to present itself, they shut it down.
Okay. So like the
And
gatekeeper decides who's appropriate for which situation.
yep.
Okay.
And think you can consider me as security.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say I was not always that role.
Mm-hmm.
I went through several roles myself.
Mm-hmm.
When she was a kid, I had the urge to protect her, but I didn't know who the hell she was.
Mm-hmm.
And then in her high school years, I slipped into what's known as a persecutor.
Okay. What's a
Persecutors,
persecutor?
they have many roles, but a persecutor alter is exactly as it sounds. They persecute.
Mm-hmm. Like the other altars or the people, external people?
Yes, that was my job.
Okay.
My job was to persecute her
Mm-hmm.
or the other system.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, there's some trauma behind that too, because I fucked up royally.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Like, okay. So you were punishing her.
oh yeah, hell yeah, I was.
And to the external world, did that look like self-harm from like my perspective? Would I say, oh, she's hurting herself?
No, nobody actually noticed it
Mm-hmm.
because I told her, if you show or tell somebody, I will hurt you worse.
Mm-hmm.
I will make sure it hurts worse next time. Don't show anybody. Don't tell nobody.
Okay.
This is what you get when you fuck off too much.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll learn a lesson.
Oh, okay. But if somebody had noticed, like it would have been like uh, labeled as self-harm because nobody understood the different alters.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. I'm just trying
And
to
because
follow.
I've also made her vomit a time or two.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called bulimia.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said, girl, you're getting too fat. We need to drop it.
And do you know why you stepped into that role?
I had a lot of aggression issues,
Mm-hmm.
personally. Mostly because what would happen is all these people would tell me, don't say anything. Don't do anything. Don't do that. Don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, it was when she was being bullied. And I had the mentality of if I just hit them,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to stop. Actions have consequences. They started it. I'm going to finish it. Our friends started to realize something was wrong, but they couldn't quite put their fingers on it.
Could they see like the sudden change from Amber to you and just like they know like a notable difference?
No, because I tended to mask it really well.
You would take on her characteristics and her tone, or how would you do that?
I would take on her voice, yes.
Okay.
Her mannerisms, school mannerisms versus at home mannerisms are different. The at school ones were very easy to mimic because she was a social outcast. They're very easy to mimic. Stay to yourself. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to throwing fistfights, however, we made sure it was always away from school. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody would recognize the shift in behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I was very calculated,
Mm-hmm.
but I never lost my fights.
Because nobody would expect that, like,
Nope.
aggression out of Amber.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. They would never suspect it. And unfortunately for her friend group, they never realized I was taught how to fight because of an unfortunate event that took place as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
One of a family member who we don't no longer associate with,
Mm-hmm.
they decided that, hey, this person's talking shit. Can you go whoop their ass for me? Absolutely.
So
Right.
you take the front. You're in the front most of the time anyway, but you would always take the front during fights.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When did you
If
go back
I,
to being her protector from her punisher?
Ironically, about the time her mother died,
Mm-hmm.
that is where we went into a downward spiral
Mm-hmm.
because she started to have really, really bad night terrors.
Mm-hmm.
Like these night terrors were medically an enigma.
Mm-hmm.
The same one over and over, no matter when she would sleep, every day, every night, every time she got even 5 minutes of sleep, the same dream.
Do you remember it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in her room, and we lived in a little singular trailer at the time. We were at the very, very back. We would always go to sleep, and then we would wake up to see a woman at the end of our bed.
Mm-hmm.
She wore a black dress. Her skin kind of looked like copy paper, but it had a weird undertone to it. It's like if you had a bruise that was healing,
Mm-hmm.
like that yellow bluish
Mm-hmm.
coloration to it. Long, long hair. It was black, but it covered her face. It kind of looked like something out of The Ring.
Mm-hmm. Ew,
Except
that
that,
creeped me out. Okay.
except this one was a bit different.
Scary. Mm-hmm.
When the hair would move, it'd be her mother's face.
Mm-hmm.
And we would start to feel like something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hair would start to raise up,
Mm-hmm.
but we were paralyzed.
Mm-hmm. It's
It
scary.
started off as, a jump scare. Like she would just lunge and we would wake up.
Oh, ooh.
Eventually, after 2 to 3 months of having the same dream over and over again, They prescribed Paxil. They prescribed Prozac, Zoloft, citalopram, diazepam, anything they could just to try to control, quote, her depression when she stopped sleeping. She was
Mm-hmm.
too scared to go to sleep.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Well, the dream kept escalating. It got to the point where she would rearrange her room. She'd move her bed, move her TV, move this, move that. Anything to make it seem like in the dream world to make it look different.
Mm-hmm.
No, it didn't work.
Mm.
Every night, wherever we placed something to the exact fucking detail was there.
Oh my gosh.
It got worse and worse until she would eventually just take she'd set random alarms on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
The alarms being at 4:23 in the afternoon or 8:50 whatever or
Mm-hmm.
8:20 something, and just be so sporadic and random throughout the day in
Mm-hmm.
case she fell asleep because she was that
Mm-hmm.
sleep deprived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is where it gets a little confusing. We had a dream. We were texting our friend back. Okay, we had fallen asleep long before this because we were texting back and forth between our friend. We actually had dreamed. We went to sleep for just a few seconds, felt our phone vibrate. We picked it up and started replying.
Mm-hmm.
It was so vivid. We could feel the phone. We could feel the
Mm-hmm.
bed underneath us. We felt everything. It
Mm-hmm.
felt like we were awake.
So you all the alters experienced the dreams.
It was just me at the time.
Just you experienced the
Just
dream.
me.
Okay.
I'm watching it happen
Mm-hmm.
through her own eyes. We're in first person perspective
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, which is bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember what I said, we've always been third person.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in first person.
Mm-hmm.
We look up and just a feeling of dread. Like it feels like if 6 cinder blocks were tied to your ankles and you had to free dive into an ocean. It was sinking.
Mm-hmm.
All of the hair on our neck stood up. Every single little hair stood up. We felt fear. For the first time in my life, I felt fear. But
Mm-hmm.
he was standing there, inches away from my body. Every time in the dream, before she'd lunch, she would scream.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be cuts. You could smell the blood. You could see it. You
Oh
could
my
feel it.
gosh.
Okay, well, that happened. She screamed. A bunch of cuts appeared on her body. And she launched on us. We could feel the weight of her on top of us, on top of the bed.
Oh my gosh.
We felt her hands dig into our throat.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt the blood from our throat running down our chest. She was piercing her nails into our neck.
Mm-hmm.
We were being strangled.
Mm-hmm.
I heard her say, fuck it. If it's going to kill me, it's going to kill me. I'm done. I wasn't too sure what to think, but I just kind of imagined, what the fuck can I do here? We're going to
Mm-hmm.
die. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
fucking die if I don't do something. Next thing I know, I am down the hallway from her room. And my vision has changed. I'm a little lower to the ground. I look down. I have a set of paws. So I run down the hallway. I jump up on the bed. It was at this point I realized that I was in a canine type of body.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed that fucking bitch,
Mm-hmm.
pulled her off, dragged her in the hallway, and I broke her neck. The taste
Okay.
was foul.
So during that, you were in a canine body. Did
Correct.
you see Amber's body getting strangled?
Yep,
So
sure
how does
did.
that happen?
I don't know.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. And
But
then did that end the dreams?
yes and no. So this is where it gets a little freaky.
Mm-hmm.
After I broke that woman's neck, I don't know who the hell she was, but when my teeth hit the woman's neck and I broke her neck, I could taste the foulness in it. It
Mm-hmm.
tasted dead.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was rotted.
Mm-hmm.
I went back in there. I jumped on the bed and I said, "It's not your time. It's not your fucking time. You better wake up."
Mm-hmm.
We woke up in the hospital.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We stopped breathing in our sleep.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
And who found you?
One of our other family members did. They did chest compressions. So
Oh.
we had our whole chest cavity was broken.
Oh my gosh.
Um, we had doctors, we had the bright ass lights. Everybody looked fucking scared.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting here like, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck am I? Who the hell are you? What's an advance directive? I'm only 18. Leave me alone. It was at that point a new alter fronted.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Dark.
Mm-hmm.
He's a canine.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically an all white wolf with red eyes. And he is the best of boys. He likes Slim Jims and he likes sweets. And his belly rubbed.
Wow. So he kind of came in to save you guys from the nightmares.
In his mind, I protect, I attack.
Yeah.
Canine logic. But he is the best of boys. It was shortly after that that I kind of assumed the protector role because it was at that point I realized if she dies, I die.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense.
When before I didn't have that kind of thought process.
Yeah.
So at that point I kind of took role of being.
That's so interesting that you were brought in as a protector, but then you kind of turned against her, started punishing her, and then turned back into her protector. So, like, you're one of her alters that was created, but you still have your own personal growth and development that you go through.
Yeah. We also have our own little quirks. I do not like fucking vegetables. I am forced to eat them. I will stand by that statement.
Did you bring another alter in when you have to have a salad?
No, I tolerate it. My internal wife lectures me on it, so I don't get a choice in that.
Yes.
I do have certain triggers that I kind of my eye twitches at. So like police sirens, my eye does twitch. If someone is being confrontational, absolutely I will front. Absolutely. But there are certain times where it can get too confrontational and I get shut down. Because Myers, our gatekeeper, says, "No, we do not need to go to jail today." And I'm like, get the fuck out of my way.
But he wins out. Does he win out?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He says, "We don't need to go to jail today. You need to sit down." Having mental health problems, it affects your grief too.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it would complicate things.
We had, well, Amber's grandma, we called her my Grammy, like my Grammy award. She was a Grammy. I loved that woman with all that I had. She was the first family member that would actually talk to us.
As
She
individuals?
could recognize each and every single one of us that fronted.
Oh.
And if my daughter would front, her name is Lightning. At the time she was 16. Grammy would be able to recognize each and every single one of us.
That's amazing. That just like shows like grandmother's unconditional love.
And when my daughter Lightning, she was 16 at the time. whenever she would be out, Grammy would take her shopping. She'd take her to get her hair done, her nails done, do all kinds of stuff. Just spoil the shit out of her. And then with me, she's like, I'll cook you a steak dinner, honey. I'm like, okay. And, with my wife, Charlotte, they go get their hair done together. They go do girly
Oh my
stuff.
gosh. Okay, so Cloud, we know each other through work, and I'm sure that I've interacted mostly with you, but there was a few
Yeah.
times that I thought it was Amber, but now was it Lightning that I've met? Who did my makeup?
Lightning's very precarious with her
Mm-hmm.
handwriting.
Uh-huh.
She has to make it small, neat, and precision-like. She has major OCD.
Yeah.
She has to make everything color-coded.
Okay.
Her favorite color is pink.
So I have seen her, probably.
She's been out at least once or twice while you were with us.
Yeah. And then who did
Um,
my eyeshadow?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay.
Mhm. Charlotte likes makeup.
Okay.
Trust me, I know she decorates my face every fucking day. She's like, hold the fuck still, I gotta do your brows. Would you hurry up? I'm gonna be late. They're just early. Leave it alone.
So have
She
I
always does the winged liner.
interacted with Amber at all? Like now that I know that there's all these ladies, like don't really know.
Well, at work, probably not because there was
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Amber has really, really bad social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
We can do what's called 50-50, where it's
Mm-hmm.
50% of her or 50% someone else.
Sure.
So
I
that
get
is
that.
possible.
Well, yeah, because it's all really ultimately her.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
But the gatekeeper is the one that says, okay, which one of you fucks is going outside today?
Mm-hmm.
Because one of you is going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Dark, not you.
You're kenneled.
And Dark just sits there like, huh? Me?
Okay, I have a question. Has your dog met Dark?
Yes.
How does that go?
Quite funny, actually.
Because your dog,
Dark is,
okay, so you have, well, the one that I know is like a Belgian Malinois, and they're kind of reactive anyway.
yeah, their first interaction was kind of funny. They wanted to play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you can't play tug in this body. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bad Dark, sit. So Dark was actually out a couple nights ago because I'm gonna regret saying this. He has a yogurt obsession. He loves yogurt.
So each of your alters, it sounds funny. They each have their own little like food quirk.
His is just that drives me nuts because there's a little yogurt shop down by Killer Burger. We ate there once, and my husband said the phrase "all gone." I swear to God, Dark internally sounds like a screaming husky. When we said we're all out of yogurt, he just screams.
Yeah.
There's no warning. He just screams.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you screaming about? And Charlotte's like, God bless it. He found the yogurt button. I'm like, damn it. Not again. So last night he was fronted for a little bit. We do let him front for practice, what we call safe transitioning, because husband had what's called fruit and cream for dessert. Dark was all over it.
So will Dark eat like as a human because he's in the human body?
Depends. We have to take control of the hands majority of the time. But
okay, so that's kind of like the 50-50 thing.
Yeah. Otherwise, he will try to use our face.
Yeah.
Yes, he will try to use our face because he doesn't have any idea.
So, okay, so you said you referred to your husband. So tell
Yeah,
us,
so
like, how did that? I mean, he must be so supportive. Like, I love you, and
oh,
to
absolutely he
live
does.
with you, I imagine would be a whole nother thing.
No, because I'm his gaming buddy, and
Uh-huh.
we have very similar personalities. So
Uh-huh.
we get along really, really well. And of
Yeah, so
course,
you
I
guys are
love him
like
too.
homies
Of course,
when
I
you
love
were
him.
out. But did he know what he was getting into when he
Oh
married
yeah,
Amber?
oh yeah.
He did.
We,
Okay.
oh yeah. Charlotte is his Charlotte is his fucking queen. I'll keep it PG-13. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Amber is obviously whom he married. Dark is
Mm-hmm.
his buddy. It's his sweet fiend buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning is she doesn't front too much nowadays. She just kind
Mm-hmm.
of hangs out, but when
Mm-hmm.
she does, they just kind of they have theoretical questions,
Like they
scientific
talk?
questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Um Ziggy and Heinz, they don't front too much, but Ziggy has a obsession with chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
Heinz likes carrots. Celeste, we don't let front. Myers, we don't let front. Mostly because Celeste is a bitch. I'll just be the first to say that. She is a active persecutor.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
We
so
we think there might be a new one, but
yeah.
we're not entirely sure.
Yeah. Well, I know you just went through a very traumatic experience this summer. We don't have to go into it, but I wonder, would that have like stemmed another altar being created because of the trauma?
It is possible,
Yeah.
but until we meet that altar, we don't know what kind of problems they're going to bring, if
And what
any.
kind how do you know or why do you think that a new altar's been created?
We're starting to have memory gaps again.
Mm.
From June till now, we just got laid off of work, like I said, because we're having trouble remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
We thought, initially when it started to happen, maybe it's just stress. No, because the biggest cue to me is when Myers goes missing. We don't have a gatekeeper at that point. It becomes my job to regulate who goes in, who goes out. In other words, I don't see him in the internal system. He's off somewhere else. So
How
that's our
often is
biggest
that
focus.
normal?
No. The only time he disappears is when he sees somebody new and he kind of corners them
Mm-hmm.
and borderline interrogates them.
What does your internal system look like? Like I read a book actually about dissociative and this guy's system looked like a castle.
So ours kind of looks like Earth, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
except we have our own set places to go. So we do
Mm-hmm.
have a house
Mm-hmm.
that we interact with. We have parks. We have a whole freaking city, basically, is what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I have an internal job. My wife has a job. My kid goes to school.
Really?
Dark sits at home and eats food and gets fat.
Oh my gosh.
And Ziggy kind of just hangs out. Heinz is blind, so he just kind of hangs out.
He's
Myers is
blind?
a Myers comes and goes. I don't know exactly where he stays.
Mm-hmm.
He stays somewhere, and to quote him, I stay with Edgar Allan Poe. I'm like, okay, that works.
Okay.
I'm like, do you sleep in a basement? He goes, yes.
Okay.
Myers is the quirky one. You won't get a straight answer out of him.
Okay. Okay.
All I know is that he likes donuts. That's all I know.
Okay. So is it hard, like, if you guys have to make any decision, like if one of you like decides you want to go on a vegan diet, would that be virtually impossible?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
I refuse. I am a fucking carnivore at heart, and Dark is a carnivore at heart. There's no fucking way. They can be on their own vegan
So if
diet
you wanted to
internally. Don't you bring it out here.
carnivore, is there like an alter who would be like, no, I'm eating vegetables?
And be like, well, then you can do it in here.
Yeah.
Because I tell you right now, I'm breaking your diet.
Okay. Do you guys have like meetings?
When I call for them, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so if there's like a big decision that you guys like need to be on the same page about. Like, did you have a big
Yeah.
meeting before you guys married?
No,
No.
no, because I like Chris. Charlotte like Chris. I'm like, all right, we're doing it.
This conversation went longer than most of my episodes, so please stay tuned for part 2. Hey, thanks for listening. Before you go, if you'd like more episodes, behind the scenes updates, and a growing library of comforting resources, please join me at patreon.com/deathismylife. Your support helps this podcast grow and reach more people who need it. And if this episode resonated with you, please share the podcast with someone who might find comfort in it too. I'll see you there.